Set to get us started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Yeah, we got back on Madden, chat. Let me set the stream back up.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
For the ones that's joining, you probably gonna get hit with an ad as soon as I get it set up. I need to go back and make all the thumbnails for the live streams as far as like Madden, Call of Duty.
Just take that little extra weight off of it and start to play freely.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Alright, it should be up there now. Damn, because snap the ball quickly. Oh.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
All right, let's get it.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. They'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a top 3rd and 8.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll find Metcalf.
Good ball. All right, we got the move. Got the ads roll.
Sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big game and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
Oh, shit. That shit, damn, stop. That shit, man.
Which essentially gave him 7
refresh my whole time.
Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
All right, that should be it for us. That should be the last thing I got to put on the screen.
A rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Boy, Aaron Rodgers moves so damn slow. That shit is big.
Players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive.
Good ball.
To the end zone.
Here we go for it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now it's Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Are we running in the empty? I didn't know we was in empty.
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll tuck this and run. Short there to throw you. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down.
boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. On the give, it's Ward. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hand off for Ward. And he's going to be hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 11-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Quick throw, it's complete.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all know what time it is. Let me pull the stream back up on my phone, you know. 'Cause that's how I see when the ads playing or not. What? What, Michael? What?
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Chargers 0. Chris Boswell the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Gonna pick that bitch off Jalen Ramsey, nigga. Damn, Joe, you gotta get that tackle. Yeah, shit. A thumbnail or what? Oh shit, my mic was fucking on. All I heard was me blowing my fucking nose in the fucking mic. Oh shit.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Morgan. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six.
That's on me, bro. The weak ass pick, yo. And what the fuck is playing audio? What is that? I know I hear something else talking, but it's a double echo or something. No, it ain't my laptop. Okay, that's what it was. But then I threw that weak ass pick though, and that shit was terrible. Like too terrible.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40.
I lied, take that shit to the crib, chat. I swear to God, I can take that bitch to the house.
Looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return
That nigga run defense suck. That nigga some shit. Let's get an ad from my boy in the chat, yo.
Concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He gets this to Hampton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Go. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Herbert now. That's Mario Hampton out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Herbert throwing again. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1. Herbert.
At the Steelers.
Now, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Over the middle, complete. It's Hampton. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go.
They snap it to Herbert. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Chat, y'all seen he kept running that same weak-ass play, though? And I was like, that shit was ass. I was going to eventually pick that shit sooner or later.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Rodgers going to throw. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up.
Third and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They've got his man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Jackson now to return. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good return here as we get this out to the 29. Charger drive about to get going. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. To the air again, Herbert. As he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Here's Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Rodgers now to throw. A short one there to Farley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 47.
They'll run it. Warren. And he'll be brought down. It looks like right at the 40. Couldn't ask for much more at this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brought in by Khalil Mack. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 38.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, pass caught by Warren. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Steelers first.
Here's Rodgers. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. A 3rd quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Short one there to Farabee. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22.
It's 4th down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on the last time. Oh, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA. Len McConkey, 78 yards. And the Chargers have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time the move out in front. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. 59, 57.
They'll try and throw for it. And Herbert, his 3rd interception. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it. This 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
319.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
319. Hey, 88. Back north.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got it, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
46-yard line.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Hey, you block.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll check this one down to Gainwell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Jump out! Inside.
Now it's Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
258!
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Now a run with Warren. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Back in on the tackle. Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man, it's Warren.
Rodgers
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
makes it
4th
3rd
quarter,
and
down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. Here's 3rd down at 5.
Put a 50!
To throw is Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 18.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
at the 18-yard line.
On the run, it's Warren. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Over. Liz. 26.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow.
The Steelers will line up for the conversion.
Rodgers to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
Chargers 19.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Herbert. Throw outside complete. That's Hampton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Go.
Herbert. He gets this to Hampton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. There's that man again. It's complete. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Herbert to throw. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Junior to seal the fucking game. Joey Porter Jr. to seal the game. Tough.
This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, Palmer.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents on.
Aaron Rodgers threw for 240.
To shut out for the entire game, but when you
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. Escapes the defender. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And that's the way to start this game. Give him 8 on that first offensive snap.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Nicks off the play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to keep moving forward, brought down inside the opposing 30. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for Broncos first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And gets a few on the plunge forward.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Nicks. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Rolling left, buying some time, and they get Jones, and he's trying to make something happen. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down. Third and long for him here. He's got 7, complete. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Broncos first down.
So that connection for first will bring us to the end of the first. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. Dobbins on first and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos get the game's first points here in the second. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as frequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
If that's what you want to hear, bro, you're really some shit. If that's what you want to hear, I guess. Cut your fucking mic off like you good or some shit. Shut the fuck up, man. What you in here talking about? You ain't talking about shit. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Trips right here. First and 10.
Sorry ass nigga.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. This one will get them into enemy territory.
You ass, my boy.
Quickly. Catch moves him to the 48. Well, looks like the defense got
What the fuck going on right there?
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter first and 5. Running it after the penalty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here.
Second down.
Rodgers set to pass. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Goes to the hurry up here.
That's good for the Steelers. First down.
Here's Rodgers on first and 10. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
At the 10-yard line.
First and goal, Warren. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, I get it on first and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal.
30, 158, get 300, get 300. Go to 50, hey, you block over here.
Looking out of the gun, here's Rodgers. To the end zone.
That's some bullshit.
Play's going to force third and goal.
Where you going?
Straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
He's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes. Not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Marvin Mims now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Mile High in just a moment. Open to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Nix from the gun. That man, it's Marvin Mims. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive block. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
A 4th down snap to Nix. And he had it for a second, but unable to hang on. And the possession literally slips through their fingers as they turn it over on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Warren is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word...
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. So, following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. On the return, here's Mims. Well, he loses it on the hit, and they steal it back on the return. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it? So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. On the return, here's Mims. He's brought down just inside the 25.
On the return, the Broncos take over and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. They're trying to set the screen. Dobbins. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set to go now from the 35. Nix now on 1st and 10. Gets it downfield on target to Sutton. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Forces one through double coverage, out intercepted. Cole Holcomb has it.
Bro, quit the fucking game so I can go make her thumbnail, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Bye, you ass. Niggas 19-7. Get the fuck out of here, man. I got shit to go do. Move. You gonna quit or what? Thank you. Stupid ass. And then for the stream, I'll catch y'all niggas later. I got some shit to go do. I'm hollering.